So friends, basically this whole ascension process that you're going through, in every ascension process, like some people are star seeds, some people resonate more with twin flames, some people resonate more with light workers, some people are completely dedicated to mission work. But see, all of us are actually the same because we are all trying to blend into singular energy from being a separated masculine or a separated feminine. So there are different stages. When you're born, you are in purest energies, okay? You can do anything literally at that point in time. But you are also here for specific purpose. You're not here for time pass. You're here to contribute. You're here to volunteer. So you take birth in different places or different families where the templates are warped, okay? So you purposely soak into those challenges or those problems or those situations. You know that you will get programmed. You know that you will go through these situations or circumstances where Maya will take over you. But there is always an innate faith in every single person who is into the inner work journey. And all of this creates a distortion in the feminine as well as in the masculine energy because they're both connected. If the feminine will get distorted automatically, masculine will also get distorted. But these templates also give you certain gifts, certain tools, certain techniques, certain modalities to get by the system because you don't like the system. And it's not like in a rebellious way you don't like the system. You don't like the negativity of the system because you're a free sovereign being. So you don't like to be in situations where you're told you got to do this, you got to do that, and that too in a very again distorted way. Distorted is the right word. So you want to do a lot for other people, you want to do for the country, you want to do something for children, or you since childhood have specific areas that kind of take your attention into it. You're very sensitive towards those topics. But every time you try to do it, the same system tries to challenge you. The same people try to challenge you. Like, for example, you want to do something great for everyone, but your own family will tell you, hey, don't do it, because if you're going to do it, you'll put yourself into trouble. You'll create some problem for yourself. I've seen so many people in their childhood, they want to help someone, but their own parents are like, don't do this, because whosoever tries to help other people, they get trapped or stuck into some negative situation, some bad situation. Now, why that happens is because people are programmed to be confused. And that's why a lot of people take benefit of it, they take advantage of it. They might not even need your help, or they might not even really be a victim, but they act like victims. So somewhere down the line, when you grow into this inner work journey, you realize that in some places the same programming was actually trying to save you, safeguard you, help you, so that you learn certain lessons on your own. Because when you actually meet energy vampires, when you actually meet demonic people, when you actually meet negative people, when you actually go through these situations, these bad situations, these horrible circumstances, then you realize that yes, everybody is not supposed to be given help. And there is obviously a huge impact of Maya illusion on a lot of people, and there is also something called karmic balance. So many people on earth are actually living in Mrityulok, the place where everyone dies, or you can say the place where most people are dead or asleep. That's because they're also here to reap their karma. So you need to learn the modality, you need to learn the way how to recognize or how to differentiate between a genuine person and a fake person, or between a genuine problem or a fake problem. And in some cases it so also happens that a lot of people are actually reacting or responding to your own energy. If your own energy system is warped, then the best people are also going to make you feel scared, or they will step away from you, they will back off from you, or they will dilute your energy, because they all depend on you. So in your universe, in your ecosystem, you are the one who has to bring the change, and then you are the person who other people need. But you also need to learn what to give to other people. Some people need to be given advice that is full of discipline. With some people you have to be very stern. With some people you have to totally ignore them, not give them any attention. And some people should be given attention and importance. Some people, you should just go and hug them, or you should just hold them, or you should just stand by them. And in case of some people, you should not even touch them. You should just not sit close to them also, because That is the type of energy they possess. Some people are social climbers. So they hang out with you because they look at you as an energy tank. They think that you are the fuel. They need fuel, so they go from one person to another. And some people are those whose tanks are full. They are very independent. They don't need any other person to give them fuel or give them energy. They themselves have very good energy which they want to distribute to others. But some people pretend to be like that. Some people are going to tell you that, oh, I am here to give you energy, but actually they are going to take away your energy. So this is the reason why, source integration is very important. Masculine and feminine will only heal if source is there on top of them, if they have surrendered. When the feminine surrenders to the source, to the highest being, to the highest energy, the masculine heals and looks at her, because masculine heals via the feminine. Okay. So I will say the same thing that I said initially, that number one, you are here to figure things out, and you are here to know that there is a very thin line. There is always a thin line between right and wrong. And right and wrong may always also look pretty same. From a macro level, when you look at the things from macro level, you'll say, right and wrong, bad people and good people are almost the same. So who should you really be? What should you really do? So that's why saintly people, greatest masters say, you should do what is best in a given situation. And you should be absolutely authentic and fearless. But the most important thing is you should be surrendered to source. And that's why you should learn fully about doership. So sometimes you have to do certain things because it is inspired action. But you always give the credit or everything about it to source or to masters. So basically all of these wonderful gifts are given to a person who genuinely has been celebrating life since they are born. In the worst situations also you have celebrated life, and I'm being shown that even in worst situations you have laughed, you have smiled, or you have made someone else laugh and smile. Sometimes you've actually come out of your worst situations because you were healing someone else. And this is the reason why God has sent really nice people to you also whenever you needed them. Whenever you needed a message or you needed to hear something good that would uplift you, God sent someone for you. So you're also taken care of, okay? So why after all these wonderful cards, why all these things in progression, why this came? So that you are able to face it. And whenever your readings are surrounded with all positive cards, look at this, only one card, and that too in the end. Why? Because you are being trained to face Maya. You are being trained to face the illusion. You are being trained to face it all, not to run away from it. Because a lot of people in the twin flame ascension journey, they go through the runner-chaser dynamic. Sometimes they are the runner, sometimes they are the chaser. You just need to face. You don't need to run, you don't need to chase, you just need to face. Okay? So, this card is at the end of the deck, and I honestly could not ignore it because I saw it 2-3 times. So, I think this is also, so you being sent to face Maya. Why? This is the progression. So that you have the wise counsel, so that you have the balance of masculine and feminine. Because everything has to happen forever, for eternity. If this doesn't happen for eternity, what's the point? What's the point, okay? I'm just motivated or guided to take one more card out. Sometimes, okay, so this is the one I see. There is justice falling down, and there is this one. And I don't want to see anything else. So these 3 cards, I overturned them. Many a times it happens that a lot of cards fall out. But sometimes it's the perfect card that falls out. And one more card I saw just now. So while I was shuffling, I picked out the Sun. Then as you saw, I picked out Justice. Then I picked out Queen of Cups. Then I picked out 4 of Swords. And finally, I picked out the Tower. Now, what kind of reading is this? What kind of collective reading is this, which has so many wonderful cards and one or two negative cards that gives people kind of a scary feeling, like your heart skips a beat. Oh my god, what is this card? I don't want to see this scary card. So this is what happens when we face something which is fearful, or something which makes us fearful. Not something which is fearful, which makes us fearful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards that I picked up. Again, number 13. When people listen to number 13, they get scared. They're like, oh my god, something is wrong. But actually, number 13 is quite a good number. These are things that the people who come from the, not I would say modern day English people, but the British, when they started colonizing the world, they scared people with these things like number 13, number 6. They started saying this is the devil's number. Maybe for them it is, because they could be working with certain energies. Like if you ever notice, and this is something which I have been noticing since a long time, and I've wanted to speak about this, but this whole happy birthday ritual is a very negative, very dark ritual. In Sanatan Dharam in India, we celebrate everything in the daytime. We celebrate our birthday in the morning or in the daytime, We go to the temple, we will take blessings from our parents. But if you look at this happy birthday culture, where you are actually performing a ritual unknowingly, you have to switch off the lights. Like this is how it used to happen when we were kids. You burn the candles, you blow out a candle, you make a wish on that candle, and you cut the cake right at midnight. You're cutting the cake at midnight. Why at 12 in the night? Whether it is New Year, whether it is Christmas, whether it is birthday, any festival they celebrate in the Western culture. And I don't even want to say the word Western, because the whole West is not like that. Even in the West, you have so many countries, you have so many cultures which are based on indigenous cultures, So where has this ritual come from, and why is the whole world celebrating it blindly without even thinking about it? So I think a couple of years back, I felt kind of uneasy or a little bit uncomfortable with the thought of cutting cake in the night. But my family has been doing this ritual since long. In fact, I remember when we were young, we never used to celebrate our birthday at midnight. Rather, we used to celebrate at the evening time. And my mother used to say, whatever time you're born, we'll cut the cake at that time. So if you're born at 6:30 in the evening, we'll cut it at 6:30 in the evening. If you're born at 4 in the evening, then 4. So we were okay with it. Although we were always celebrating in the evening, because the children would come to the party in the evening. So from being a simple birthday party, this particular ritual or theme has become a part of everybody's life. In fact, it has gotten induced in people's life so much that if somebody is not able to cut the cake at 12, they feel depressed. They feel that they're missing out on someone. I'm just giving an example of this type. Otherwise, there are many examples that are coming in my mind right now. The simplest example is that as per our Hindu calendar, the Vedic calendar, we are not supposed to actually celebrate New Year's on 31st of December, because that's not even the time for New Year. New Year is celebrated during harvest. New Year is celebrated, when there is bright sunlight, or there is a lot of progress in terms of farming and people are having a lot of food. The winter time is the time when you actually eat stuff which you have stored throughout the year. And all of these calendars, the Vedic calendar, the Sanatan calendar, the Hindu calendar, the Vikram Samvat calendar, these are actually made in line with nature. They are based on both moon and sun calendar, But in the last few hundred years that have gone by in the dark ages, people were actually celebrating everything in the wrong time, and there were so many rituals people were following without even thinking about it. So from number 13, I ended up telling you these amazing thoughts and stories. Maybe you should not celebrate your birthday at midnight, because it says, or they say, that it takes away your youth. So in order to protect your youth, you should not celebrate it at midnight. And probably this is the reason why so many people are growing old that fast, because if I study the Puranas, I have noticed that people never used to age that fast, but people age very fast these days. And it could be possible that a lot of star seeds, twin flames, light workers, they look pretty young. I've noticed it myself that they look very young, probably look half of their actual age, Why? Because they have a light that shines inside of them. Some of you could be like that. You could be someone who looks very young as per your actual biological age. You don't actually believe in the biological age. Maybe that's why you fell in love with someone younger or someone elder. But then those people you fell in love with, they were really scared of the world they were living in. The 3D world was so important for them that they gave you a downright rejection. Some of them actually rejected you after getting intimate with you, which probably hurt you even more. It felt like they've stolen your precious energy. They fooled you. And you might have even thought that, how cruel these people are. I thought these people are so kind and loving and nice, but no, they're not. They used you, they used me. That's the feeling you felt probably. So my dear wonderful soul, these cards and this whole reading is actually telling me again and again that there is no such thing as good and bad, because you possess hell lot of gifts. Like these negative situations, like the Tower card, I mean, some of the people might see this also as a negative card in some cases, but this is actually a card of rest. This is a card of strategy, premeditation, surrender. It's like you're not doing anything, you're just relaxing. Okay, so why did this come here before this? So every time there's a Tower moment, you've relaxed a lot. This is how your life is. You've relaxed a lot, you've chilled a lot, so that every time Tower moment comes, the number 13 Tower moment, here in this case Tower moment is number 13, you can probably face it in a very different way. And this is why you're here to face the challenge, face the fear, face the devil, face the demon in a very different way, not like how the whole world is facing it. And maybe this is what you teach other people, because you do influence a lot of people around you. A lot of people actually get energy from you. So say the Tower moment comes, how do you face it? If you have all these wonderful cards, if you have all these wonderful gifts, whosoever I'm channeling. Wow. See, this is how you face it. Do I need to say more, guys? Do I need to say more? Just look at this card. 6 of Pentacles. This is who you are. You are the giver. You're the one with balance. I'm getting so emotional. I don't know why. You're the one with so much confidence. You're the one with wealth. You're the one with a wonderful, pure energy to help distorted feminines and masculines all over the planet. This is how you face the Tower moment, guys. This is how you face it. You know what to give because you got the balance. Because I've already said, in many cases, you might not have to give love or attention or affection or go like, oh my baby, what happened to you? Oh poor child. No. In some cases, you might have to do the opposite. But a true person, an authentic person, a healed person would know who to give what. I'll just show you the cards once more and then I will wrap this collective reading because I just feel like showing these cards to you. So this is the theme card. This is who you are. This is the person I'm channeling. A person who knows how to celebrate. A person who has this energy, the world. A person who's full of love. Full of unconditional love, pure love. A person who got the strength and courage. A person who got the balance of yin and yang. A person who's the fool. A person who has to face illusion, the Maya. Maya will give you lots and lots of greeds, lots and lots of baits. Maya will try to tempt you. Lots of temptation would be given to you. But you just turn it into wise counsel. You just turn it into wisdom. You just turn it into love, strength. The Tower moment. There's a tower here also, but this stands for strength, courage. Not even courage actually, support. There are loyal dogs. There are happy children. So the inner child is healed. Masculine, feminine is healed. The person in old age is very healed. Then you have the sun, the healed inner child. Very confident, very cool. Someone who can do justice. This is someone who has a great balance between work life and personal life, because you need to have a profession, you need to have work, you need to have grounding, you also need to be independent. Queen of Cups is very independent person, whether it's a man or a woman. They have their own money and they don't have air or attitude about it. There are pebbles, there is water, the water is flowing. The Queen of Cups is sitting in a very relaxed position, and the Queen of Cups is also she's holding a golden cup in her hand, and she's got psychic abilities. She's very strong with her intuitive gifts, and she keeps a lot of stuff to herself. She, as in whosoever resonates with, it can be male, it can be female, but you keep a lot of things to yourself, your own emotions to yourself. You're very reflective, you're very relaxed, you're very calm, and finances are pretty strong, pretty good. You know how to build resources, and there's a lot of confidence. All of the great things are around Queen of Cups. So one can be very much emotional. People can be influenced by their emotions, but if they are very grounded. So keeping your feet on the ground, on the pebbles, means that even though the emotions are there, you are emotional. If you're emotional, you're emotional. What's the big deal about it? But you're also very grounded. You enjoy the emotions. Okay, and then this is followed by relaxation, and then this is followed by tower moment, and then this is how you face the tower moment, like a true champion, like a true relaxed person. Like, imagine if you learn to face a tower moment like this, what else do you need in life? Nothing. All right. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for doing all the wonderful inner work that you have been doing, that you do on a daily basis. Thank you so much for contributing and being such a wonderful, lovely soul. I know there are situations, on certain days you might not feel that great, but that's probably because you need to maybe release certain negative emotions. You need to release certain responses or reactions that you have been programmed to reflect or to project. So all I'm going to say is all the very best to you. So guys, this is my email address. If you want to get into therapy sessions with me, do different types of inner works. People were asking me, like, what type of inner work do you do? I would like to say that I do different courses, there are different therapies, but I just want people to be so present that even in their dream state, even in their dream world reality, they are able to remember everything. I mean, that is the highest form of inner work actually, because then you can do astral projections, then you can be just simply aware all the time. And never forget that source is always with you. Never forget, every single moment we should remember source. That's the real inner work. Inner work means you never forget the source. Your ego is not that important. Your ego is just a device. I would say ego also, if you heal it, then it is simply a device. It's simply a body. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is permanent. And if you remember that all the time, that is true inner work. And sometimes we need to make a little bit of effort so that it becomes effortless. Alright, so given below in the description box are all the details. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.